Hey guys, welcome to Kristen Kelly TV. I'm your host, Kristen Kelly, and we have Alex from Florida! Woo! Yay! Okay, so we are reviewing the Bad Girls Club Season 15, Part 2 of the reunion. And this was just called, Reunion, right? It didn't have, a special name.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's just Part 2.
Yeah. It's Part 2 reunion. So, first of all, Tanisha's hair looked amazing. What do you think about Tanisha?
Amazing. Her outfit, just in general, I love the way she looks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tanisha looked so good. She just, emulated amazingness. And being, a personal friend of Tanisha, I loved seeing her. I love seeing her successes. And she looks great. And I'm so happy that she's losing weight. There were still a few, fat jokes that she said that I was kind of but, I mean...
Not as much as she used to. But I have to ask you, as a personal friend of Tanisha, what was your first impression of her?
So, I had really not known... Sorry, I'm plugging it a little closer. I had not really known Tanisha because of Bad Girls. I had seen one clip of her and seen, the pots and pans thing, and that was it. But I didn't watch her... Sorry, it's maybe let's just say goodbye. Welcome to LA! So, I had seen that, that part on YouTube, but I had never, really watched her season, so I didn't really know much about Tanisha, except that she was, a very well-known bad girl, and Amber Mead was, really close friends with her, and Amber and I lived together, and Tanisha had slept over our house a bunch of times, and the very first time I met her, she was just so nice. She was just, such a sweet girl, and I just remember thinking, oh, it's so funny that, this is, the pots and pans girl, because she's so sweet, and she's so, nice. And, also, Tanisha's very open. She's had, family problems, and I had just met her, and she was crying on my shoulder about, a family problem she was having. And I just thought that was so, amazing, that she could be so open. So that's why I think she's so good at doing this, about, being a host. Because I feel like she can really get that from people.
Who do you like better, since in your reunion you had Perez?
We had Perez, and... For me personally, I'm happy we had Perez because I think there is a big difference between having a previous bad girl and having somebody who's really not related to it, because even myself with AfterBuzz, I bring up my season a lot because it's I'm comparing things, and I think that Tanisha does that too, where the other girls, it's really their time to shine. So I think, honestly, I'm happy that Perez did mine. Okay. So, Christina and Angela, they come out, they're talking, and Angela is so fake. She's like, the best part of what I learned with Dr. Laura is that Christina felt that way because I didn't know she felt that way. Well, wouldn't if you and your sister stopped talking and, split up, wouldn't you just assume that she felt the way that she felt? Wouldn't you just assume that she felt like you left her?
I just couldn't with them this whole entire, second part. I mean, I can't with them this whole season to begin with, but I feel like it's so, forced upon. Everything they do, it's so scripted, and you can see, I think you mentioned it, that it's, you can even tell in her interviews the way her tone is used. She is a production puppet for, not even a joke. They probably have her mic'd, and it's this is what you have to say. And she's like, okay.
Yeah. Completely. It's sad because I think she's definitely going to look back at this time and really hate how she came off and really hate herself. Also, it's just, it was very, Real Housewives-y, and I think Bad Girl fans are awesome at the fact that they can really, spot out a bullshitter, I feel like Bad Girl fans are very smart, and I feel like after being a fan for so long, you really watch the show, and you're like, that person's fake, that person's real, that person shouldn't be there, and I think everybody, kind of immediately was like, oh wow, Angela is just super fake, she's not good for this show. She would have been great on, let's say, Big Brother. She would have been great on Big Brother, I feel like she has that kind of personality, where she's really not, super outspoken that she could be in something like that. I don't know. Okay, so Dr. Laura comes out, Boring as hell. I, like, really do not like Dr. Laura. Alex, what do you think about Dr. Laura? Do you like her?
I liked her in season 12 when she first came out. But, ever since then, I feel like it's been way too scripted. Like, after she had her own show, like, we can tell this woman is really on the reality. I feel like she does try to help. Mind you, I feel like therapy session shouldn't be however long they film now. I feel like it's something that needs to be progressive so you can see it change.
Years.
And I think it does more harm than good to girls that only see a couple months or a couple weeks worth of therapy and then stop it cold turkey. Like, what are you fixing if you don't see the progression?
Yeah, and most people are in therapy for years, not just, a few months of filming, and it's I don't know. My thing with Dr. Laura is I think she's boring as hell. I don't really like her. I think she's very scripted. I think she's very TV. It really seems like she's trying for a career, it really seems, she just doesn't seem honest to me. She doesn't seem genuine. However, I do have to say, Dr. Laura, I see you, girl, and I'm happy that you are taking care of yourself a little better because, she has a new haircut. It looks like she's getting Botox. She still needs to learn how to sit because her legs looked insane when she was, I don't know if anyone else noticed, but she, like, just how she was sitting was so like, awkward and weird. I don't know. But I'm very happy she's taking care of herself because that was actually the very first time I'd seen her on the show. One of my comments was I was like, wow, like she really needs some Botox. So
the first time I saw her, she looked, the age got her.
Yes, like her age, her hair, her makeup, because women that are in that industry, I mean, she's a therapist, it's like she doesn't want to take time out of her, busy schedule to like go get her hair done and go do this and that, and I understand, like I get it, she's a busy professional working woman. However, now that she's on TV, she like looks all amazing.
She got that camera ready now.
Yeah, now she's camera ready, right? Okay, so Olivia and Diamond come out. Dun dun dun. And Diamond hits Olivia, like, almost immediately, and then Olivia flies at Diamond. What did you think about that, Alex?
The moment Diamond got on the stage, I was just like, are you kidding me? She was like, what's up? And, like, tried to do the most. Like, girl, bye. You did nothing throughout the whole show besides your whole little lie with Liv. Like, I was so over that whole thing, like, to be honest with you.
I completely agree. Yeah, it's like neither of them really did anything. I mean, when they show like the outro when you're leaving, I feel like both of them, it was so stupid. Like they really didn't do anything. I felt like Diamond, trying to get her career and everything. It's like, girl, I don't think that did anything for you.
Kristen, what career?
I know, right? That song like "Why You Always Lying," and it's like the parody, and it's like, dude, that like should have been. They should have had that guy come out, the one's like, "Why you always lying?"
He's lying.
Because that bitch is like, oh my god. So, Diamond's trying like way too hard to become famous, and then Tanisha was like, "So are you just here to?" like become famous. It's like, well, of course she's here to become famous. I mean, she said that. She said that like multiple times. That's why she was there. I don't know.
And for Liv, I only have 3 words. Why me, yo? Why me?
Dude, she is just, ugh. So Olivia and Diamond are fighting again, which is like, oh my god. But I wish they didn't edit it so much because I really wanted to see what was happening. Like there was some hair pulling and there was some other stuff, but it happened so quickly. And even like rewinding and fast forwarding, rewinding, I was like, what is going on? I couldn't really see the fight. I just saw like a bunch of hair being grabbed, which I don't know.
But don't you honestly feel like you were shocked as many times as Liv went at Diamond? Like I didn't see that in her to have that aggression to fight. Like for her to initiate.
Well, I think that when that Diamond initiated it or Olivia initiated it? Alex, did I lose you? Oh, sorry. So are you saying that Diamond initiated it or Olivia initiated it?
No, Olivia. I wasn't shocked that Olivia
Yeah.
thoughts?
Well, okay, so when Olivia was on the show, she in the beginning was very outgoing. I felt like she was like everyone really liked her. But after her whole lying thing, you know how she became kind of like a scared like dog or like a dog that was like abused. I think that if that had never happened, I think Olivia probably would have been how she was at the reunion, you know? So it's not surprising to me that she like felt ballsy and went after Diamond, especially because when she was in the house, it's like she could have been jumped by multiple people. And it's like in this circumstance, it's like, you know, she's on a stage. And also, they have made the reunions kind of like a fight fest, you know, for the past how many years, you know? So I feel like these girls go to the reunion thinking, I'm going to go to the reunion, I'm going to kick some ass. Like, I have to show that I'm tough. This is my last chance. I mean, I know for my reunion, that is exactly how it was. Everybody, like, I was attacked multiple times because people were like...
Cough, Erica, cough, the bitch did nothing in the house, and all of a sudden you want to charge you.
But it was everyone. Like, everyone hated me. Everyone wanted to come after me because it's like once, you know, someone has a target, other people, it's easy for them to be like, oh, I hate that person too. I hate that person. So then everybody's going after that, you know, person or whatnot. So I understand, you know, I understand these girls are, you know, it's like this is their last chance to be on TV, to show that they're bad, you know, and I'm sure in their minds they're thinking like, oh, I could get a spin-off or whatnot. Just...
But you know what I love about you though, Kristen? Mm-hmm. Like for your reunion, for example, you didn't go there fighting because you didn't have anything to prove. Mm-hmm. You knew that you did everything that you wanted to do, and everything that you did in the house was perfectly fine with you. You had nothing to prove. Mm-hmm. That's why when Leah, everyone was like, why won't you fight? Or why aren't you going to fight? That's right, you're not going to fight. And you're like, no, I'm not. Because I have nothing to prove. You have everything to prove because you feel like I punked you. Yeah. And now you want to come on the reunion because you're not going to see me in their time to try to punk me. Yeah. That's not going to happen.
Super true. I mean, yeah, 100%. I mean, even when Erica had charged me, I was wearing, because when I was getting ready, the stylist, the clothing stylist was like, oh, you can't, because I was wearing like a G-string, she's like, you can't wear any underwear because you can see like all underwear lines. So I wasn't wearing underwear and I was wearing heels and a dress. So when Erica charged me, like I was like not even like moving my legs, like like I was like a dead body almost because when they were like, the security was pulling me off, I was like, I'm not showing this, you know, I'm not showing Kitty to the world. So I was like, oh my God. So you can see when I'm like, when I pulled her hair, I like kicked her and pulled her hair. I was being like pulled.
Real hair, Kristen.
Yeah, but I was being pulled off like in such, I don't know, it was just, to me it was such like a classy way to be pulled off of somebody mid-fight.
That was so funny.
Well, it was like really funny because I had no beef with Erica. Like I really didn't. Like we hadn't fought. There was really nothing going on with us. She had even like texted me a bunch of times. So then at the reunion when she attacked me, it was so strange. But I don't know. I just thought it was even funnier that like she didn't even like make contact with me. Like I didn't get hurt at all. Yet she got like really messed up from it. Whatever.
Kristen, you didn't get hurt at all that whole reunion. Kaylee straight up punched you, and you came back after they got Kaylee off the stage, and you looked like nothing happened.
Well, thank you. So Diamond is talking about how her whole family was like involved in the scam, or the scandal. Of course they were involved. There is so much. Okay, to any like bad girl hopefuls, there is so much stuff that goes into the casting process of this show. I think that really Diamond and Olivia, they pulled one over on these people. That's so crazy because they really do. They interview so many of your friends. They interview so many of your family. They talk. They want, you know, when I was on the show, they called 5 of my best friends and they wanted in-depth stories about what did Kristen do that you think that she deserves to be on the show. Do you remember a time, like, because in my interviewing process, they said, what have you done that was, you know, like, kind of wild? Because my thing was, like, I was the wild party girl. And I was like, oh, well, like, I'll get drunk and I'll, like, stand on, you know, tables and dance. And they asked my friends, they were like, so, have you ever had an instance where Kristen stood on a table and danced, you know? Like, they are so crazy about the casting process. I think it is nuts that, like, none of...
Now she wants to play I'm the mastermind. Like, I had all this planned out. Like, she's trying to cover the lie. Yeah. And what I hate the most is that these girls are playing the, like, oh, good for
We lost Alex. Alex! Oh, sorry, I lost you for a sec. Wait, what were you saying? That they were lying in the house?
Yeah, she was mad that she was lying to every one of them. Mm-hmm. And then now you're going to give her props because she lied to you? I'm just going to sip some tea on that, you know?
I know, it's very... It's very true. I don't know. It's like the girls are just very fake to me. Okay, so Olivia and the cancer lie comes out, and you know, that was just I don't know what else there is to say about the whole cancer thing with Olivia. I truly do feel that Olivia was lying. I do not. Oh, can you see me? Here. Okay, so we are calling Alex because we lost him via Skype. Oh, yay. Okay, so, Diamond is lying and all of that. Okay, so, Diamond proposes to Angela. What did you think about that whole insanity?
Are you kidding me? Like, at first, I honestly, I remember back in the beginning, I remember reading or seeing some tweets between them and calling each other Betty and Boo, and that's my lover or whatever. So at first I was like, is this real? But then when it came out, honestly, it's just something else to add on to the reunion. Like, do you feel like this reunion should have been 3 parts, in all honesty?
No.
I agree.
I mean, so when Diamond proposed to Angela, at first I was like, oh, this is like, you know, clearly a joke. But then it was just even stranger is that Angela, I don't know, not that I'm saying that Angela might not be a lesbian, because I don't know if Angela is or not. I have no idea what her sexual preference is. She does not seem, you know, honestly, she seems asexual, to be real with you. I feel like she's not into men or women. Yeah, it was very strange because of all of the people in the cast. I would not have thought that Angela was a lesbian. But, of course, you know, like, you can't tell someone's sexual preference just by, you know, seeing them. But it was just very weird. And then, like, her sister was even like, I don't know what's going on. And then she gets the ring, and then Asia is like, oh, well, she's been talking to me. I'm like, okay, so this is clearly just, like, some stupid, you know, ploy. And they all need acting lessons, by the way, because they all were, like, just so horrible. Like, that was just so strange.
I honestly thought the producer was like, guys, like, give this to Angela. Angela acts surprised. And Amber, you had a thing with her, so it was just kind of...
Oh, totally. But I don't think that production... I mean, maybe production did tell them that, but that would be so weird if they did. I feel like the girls came up with this on themselves, you know, because... I don't know, it just doesn't seem like something... I mean, maybe production would. I just feel like that would be so stupid if production told them to do it. Because it was so stupid.
Way too much credit to these girls. These girls are not that smart. Maybe Diamond, I give Diamond some props for being a little smart. Because she did the thing, she lied, and she just said that it's hard to lie when you're so investigated on before you go on to a show.
Yeah.
And honestly, they probably, you know how Diamond said that she had, I don't know if you call this, but she said that she had sisters that don't even look like her.
Yeah.
And then she went and she grabbed some old baby pictures and made it seem like that was Liz. You know? Like, I give her props for being smart, but the other girls actually don't come up with anything.
I mean, yeah, it's like just... that was so... that was just so weird. I was like, what is going on at that point? I've never seen anything like that happen at any reunion of anything. And it was weird that they, like, didn't cut it out. Because if I was the editors, I would have cut that out because it just was so stupid and didn't make sense to the flow of the story.
They're trying to find time.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, honestly, it was kind of like a fuck you to married people and, like, a fuck you to commitment. Because in this day and age, I know a lot of people get divorced. And in this day and age, I know a lot of people are like, you know, they get married really young and then they have divorces and stuff. You know, it's like being married is very serious. It's like a huge commitment that you should be making for life. So to kind of like make fun of marriage too and just, you know, it's like that gives a false sense to these younger viewers that are like, oh, wow, well, you can just propose to anyone. And that, you know, it's like...
I honestly feel like the whole marriage institution has gone so
I mean,
How do you know
yeah.
someone like that?
I feel the same way. I mean, I'm a little bit older than you, and I have so many friends from high school. Almost all of them have kids. Not all of them are married, but most of them have kids. And it is just so crazy to think about the fact that in 10 years, are they still going to be... One of my really good friends has 7 kids, and they're all by different... Yes, and they're all... Well, 2 of them are twins, but yeah, they're like by different dads, you know? It's... I don't... You know, it's just crazy. It's like you... But she had her first kid, I think, at like 18 or something. You know, it's like at... When you're 18, you think, oh, this is going to be my life forever. But it's like, no, you know, just calm down. Like, children are an immense joy, but they're going to change your entire life. So, yeah.
I feel like it's a time and place.
Yeah, there's time and place, and there's no reason to rush. That's like another thing is, I was fortunate enough that my parents have never been divorced. They met when they were 15. They're still together. But, so I do take marriage really seriously. But I take having children even more seriously, because it's just, that is, not only could you fuck up your own life, but you could fuck up someone else's life.
Another life. Sure.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, and it's like, also to me, I never thought, I don't know, not that I think the marriage is stupid, but I've always felt that marriage is kind of corny. It's kind of like for old people. I mean, nuts, like, I kind of feel like, when I do decide to get married, and I do decide to have kids, not that I'm, like, giving up on life at that point, but it's kind of like once you're married, it's like, oh, that's, like, Kristen, my married friend, you know? Like, it's like, you know, it's like, oh, that's Alex, my married friend. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, there's a time and place. Okay, so Olivia comes back, and they're talking about the cancer again, and then she explains the stage 3 cancer, you know, epidemic and whatnot. Yeah, so when I had done a review show with Amber Mead, Amber had talked about the fact that she was on Olivia's side because people deal with grief differently, and I do kind of feel bad for Olivia, and I think that Olivia was in like a really tough situation, and it kind of sounded like she had found out about that cancer thing pretty close to going on the show because of the way that she was talking about it. So I did feel bad for her, and I felt bad for the whole situation at that point. So.
Kristen, I can't feel bad for ignorance. Like, let me give you an example. I have a friend that goes to, she works, I work at a school, and she went to student fair, and this is like a cosmetology school, so they're older. She's like 25 years old. She was telling me a story about how she thinks that she has herpes, herpes. And I was like, how do you know? She's like, well, I went to one doctor, and the doctor told me that, yeah, I have it. And I was like, well, did you get a second opinion? Did you go see other doctors? But how do you know you have this? And I can't stand people that are so quick to just be like, yeah, I have something because this one person told me I have it.
Yeah.
You better believe I'm going to get 15 different opinions.
Get second opinions.
That one doctor says.
Get second opinions. You know, this is, okay, so that's kind of, I have like a little personal story. It's kind of like that, and kind of just like me being ignorant about something, but it was not serious. So, like, if it was something like cancer, or if it was something like herpes, I definitely think, you know, you need to go see a second opinion. I had something that was kind of stupid, but I had, like, a rash on my back, and I went and saw my primary care doctor, looked at this rash, and it was, I'm, like, very, very light-skinned, and so you couldn't see the rash at all. But if I got a spray tan, or if I got Tanadol, you could see the rash on my back. And I'd had it for like months at this point. I went to my doctor, and my doctor told me, what did he say? He said it was something, and he said, you just have to like scrub your back a lot, and it's not curable. There's nothing you can do about it. So I went on with my life for like 2 years with a rash on my back because I couldn't really see it. You know, but when I would get tan, you would see it, which is, you know, it's just like, whatever. I just went on with life with it. Even, like, Amber, at one point when we lived together, she was like, what is on your back? I had friends that were like, you have a rash on your back, you need to go to a doctor. And I was like, well, I did. Told me it was not curable. I went to my dermatologist, which is who I should have gone to from the start for, like, a normal, like, checkup. And my dermatologist was like, oh, is there anything else? And I'm like, well, I have this rash on my back. She looks at my back, she goes, oh, this is a heat rash. you get this when you work out a lot and you don't shower immediately after. So to make sure you shower immediately after working out, and here's a cream. I put this cream on my back one time, and it was completely cured. So for 2 years, I had this rash on my back that I could have had cured if I just went to a dermatologist instead of my primary care doctor. But it's like, sometimes you're just so stupid, you know, like, and you just accept things. Like, I just accepted, oh, I have, you know, this rash on my back for the rest of my life. You know, it's like, it's crazy to think about, but it's like, a lot of times you really are just ignorant. Like, we're just ignorant about stuff. Should you be ignorant about cancer? No, you should not.
No.
Because cancer will take you. Can't you get, like, most people, they get told you have cancer, and by the time that they have symptoms of cancer, it's too late. So, you know, it's crazy.
But you know what, and honestly, I really thought that there was a big rock with Liz at one point. She looked so pretty, like she stopped caring about putting on makeup.
Yes.
She just looked very, she did not, but she kind of did look like a cancer patient at one point of the show.
Yeah, she
like,
did.
The producers brought her out, and they were like, listen, she's never had cancer. Like, that pale face that she had on, I was like, okay, well, she had something to
I think she lost, like, her will to live. You know, like, she, like, lost that, like, sparkle that you have inside you. Because I think that she really was so down. You know, the other girls were, like, all of these girls, pretty much, Asia, Amber, Christina, Angela, they all are, like, very mean girls. And imagine, like, being in a house and you told this huge lie and you got outed for this huge lie. And then there are these 4 girls that are, like, really not nice people that you have to live with and interact with. And no matter what you say, like, they won't believe you. I can understand why you would, you know, kind of give up on life. However, I think that's where a strong personality comes in. Like, me, I would have just been like, okay, well, I'm going to go on with my fucking life. I'm not going to crawl into bed and die. Whereas someone, you know, like her or Kate from season 4, you know, like, they kind of just gave up and just were like, I'm going to sleep.
Oh my god, Kate. Oh my god, that name I haven't heard it forever.
Oh, so Diamond's story about how she had gotten casted on the show, and then how they had said, oh, you know, we want you to try out for Bad Girls Club instead, blah, blah, blah. That is completely legitimate. I want everyone to know that they really do that. Because Annie was supposed to go on a different show, and then they put her on Bad Girls Club. And I have a friend who was on Big Brother, and she auditioned for a different reality show, and they called her for Big Brother. So that does happen, and she'll go to an audition for someone, and then they'll try to call you and get you in for a different show. So that her story was like...
Annie from season 4?
Yes, she was supposed to be on a different show, but they wanted her...
She was supposed to be on a different show.
What?
No wonder. I said she looked like she was supposed to be on a different
Yeah.
show. Like, no wonder.
Yeah, and like my friend with Big Brother, she went in for a different reality show, and I don't even think that reality show ever even happened. And they called her and they were like, "Oh, we'd like you to come in, you know, for Big Brother." So you know, that definitely does happen. So Jamie and Jasmine come.
That did that was Jonica from season 12, the
Mm-hmm.
blue-haired girl with afro.
Oh yeah, I know her. Oh,
She said that she auditioned for Real World and they called her back for Bad Girls.
Ah, yeah. So Jamie and Jazz come in, and they really were loud as hell. I don't know if it was the editing or what, but when they came in, it really, like, was pretty funny how loud they were.
I love them. I think they do this whole show right. Like, they went back to the director, got a pep talk from Banana Susu, did some more shots, and changed some outfits, and then they went back home like nothing ever happened.
I know. I love Jamie and Jasmine. I just feel like they really are the epitome of, like, bad girls. You know, like, they are bad girls. So it would be awesome if they cast more of them. I'd love to see more Jamie. I mean, honestly, with Christina and with, you know, Angela and Asia and Amber, I would not care if I never saw them again. But I am genuinely sad to see Jazz and Jamie go, and then Hanan and Souza. I'm like, Susu, right? Susu. Hanan and Susu and Jamie Jasmine. I'm sad to see them go. Like, I really am. I wish I could see more of them. I would love if they were on, like, an all-star season, or I mean, even if they did something else, I really like all four of them, and I'm sad that they're, not going to be on the show anymore.
And that's what I was just about to say. Like, you know who I would like to see, but as, like, their own, like, person, I would love to see Asia, because there was something about her that I liked. I didn't like when she went at Jamie and Jazz for whatever reason, but certain clips, like, I could see that funny, genuine side of her. So maybe if she's not around so many, like, influences, because, like, in All-Star Battles, you know how some people have certain opinions, like, on Julie or Valentina, they would deem themselves. So I feel like she has that redeemable quality of her.
Yeah, I do too, because I did like Asia. I feel like Asia was funny. I felt like she was pretty. I felt that she had a story, I feel like, that we didn't hear. Because, she was talking about her mom and dad, that they were, the people that raised her, or no, they were the people that, you're supposed to protect you and raise you and love you, and that she didn't get that from her parents.
And she did an interview, and I liked everything she had to say. I felt that, that's when I felt that genuine side of her, because if I wouldn't have seen that, I wouldn't have gotten that from her based on the show, because the show did a terrible job to show any traits that she had that was good, besides the funny moments she had.
Yeah, I think that Asia definitely got a bad edit, because she really wasn't shown a lot. I mean, Asia really was, like, a background character in all of this. Like, I feel like Christina kind of took over the show, but, like, not in a good way. None of us really wanted to see her, but she got the most consistent airtime than anyone else. So
she did the most, Kristen,
she did the most and the worst in, like, the worst possible way. She was just.
And I saw an interview with Amber, and Amber said that she tried to do everything possible to not be around the camera. And at first that didn't make sense to me, because in my head I'm like, well, why are you on a TV show if you don't want to be on the camera?
Yeah.
And she said that she didn't want to be on the camera because she knew that if she gave them an inch, that production was able to use that inch and make it into a mile long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then make it into a noose and hanger. However, I feel like with my season, I was shown all the time. Like, they were constantly following me. But I wasn't, yes, I was crazy at times, but I was myself. I feel like she could have been herself and been on the show. She could have been herself and still been in front of the cameras. I feel like these girls are trying too hard. Pardon?
You were season 5.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. But yeah, it's like, you can just be yourself. You don't have to be a character. Like, I feel like Jamie and Jasmine and Hanan and Susan, like, they were completely themselves, and people loved them for that. So you really can go on a reality show and be yourself, Just, you don't have to be fake and try to be someone else, which I feel like most of these girls did. Okay, so what are your predictions?
My predictions are that Hanan and Susan are going to get on the stage. I feel like I already know that Jamie, Jazz, leave. That makes me sad. But I know that they're going to get on the stage, and Angela and Christine are going to come at them, because as much as they call them fat cows, and I know Hanan wants to get at Angela for what she did in her face, but from what I'm seeing that security does a very good job for breaking it up, but they're not letting girls get out the aggression that they need to.
Yeah, I do like that security is there. I feel like if I was one of them, I would be very happy that security was there. But let's be real, this is the bad girls fight. Like, ding, 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 we want to see them fight, It's like, we want to see bad girls fight. Also, I feel like, they really do have real beef, because she threw a glass in her face and then nobody would really let them get at each other. I do, though, think that Angela is so stupid. Angela should say, I am sorry that I didn't get to know you and I threw a glass in your face. But instead, Angela's, like, mad at her. Like, Angela, what are you mad about? What?
She tries to come at her with her kids. Did you hear her? She was like, oh, are your kids going to come up on stage now? Like, no. Why are you bringing her children?
Yeah, like, they didn't do anything to them. And I think that Hanan and Suzu are very normal. Like, I feel like if you threw a glass in someone's face, they normally would want to attack you too. I think that if Angela apologized, I think they would forgive them and say, okay, well, thank you for apologizing. But it's like, they're not even apologizing for their actions. And on top of it, like insult to injury, they physically injured them, and now they're insulting them with their like parenting. It's just, what is wrong with these girls? It's like,
that's an assault with a weapon. If they wanted to take it there, do you imagine the charges?
Yeah, completely.
Bad girls at all, but I honestly feel like she's getting hurt.
You can go to jail for punching somebody. Like, you can go to jail for assaulting someone. That is assault.
Yeah, with a weapon, girl, glass, I don't remember. Like, what if that would have broken her eye and she would have been blind?
Yep. That very easily could have happened, you know? It's crazy. Okay, so my predictions are, I'm hoping that Christina and Angela get their asses beat. I don't think it's going to happen because of security. But that would be amazing if that happened. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, please subscribe, and please leave a comment below. And of course, I will always get back to you. I'm also going to leave Alex's info below if he wants me to. I'm not sure if he does yet. But thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, do you want me to leave like your Instagram or anything?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I appreciate everyone that watched and that still follows and loves Kristen as much as I do, because I honestly feel like her season was the epitome of what Bad Girls Club is. Like, people don't understand that song, that's what I want, what I get it, started in Kristen's season. So we need to give props to the people that made this show what it is now.
Aw, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, and I love just watching the Bad Girls Club. I mean, it's fun to watch, and thank you guys all so much for watching too. So, Alex, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for taking time. Alex is going late into work today, and I'm actually going to Disneyland. So we both put off our schedules to come and film for you guys. So I hope that you appreciate it. Well, thank you so much. Oh, sorry, I cut you off. So thank you so much, Alex.
No, you're fine. Love you, Kristen.
I love you.
Anytime you want to contact me, I'm always here for you, girl.
Aw.
I'm in Florida, you come up to my place in my home.
Aw, thank you so much. Okay, well, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Love you, Kristen.
Love you. Bye. Oh, Alex is so sweet. Why are there so many ambulances this morning? I don't know. Okay, so I love you guys so much. I will talk to you later. Bye. I like my shirt. This is my outfit for Disneyland.